great being behind this podium with so many dignitaries. I wanted to stand over here with you. But let me, Chairman Horsford, thank you for bringing us together, my CBC colleagues and friends, and to the descendants, to the leaders. I thank you so very much and welcome. I want to just officially welcome you to the White House and to this day of recognition of leaders who are the current leaders who stand on the very broad shoulders of the families that are represented here. There's so much that is happening in our country and in the world right now that I think challenges us all to ask, what kind of country do we want to live in? And in order to adequately and effectively answer that question, I think it is an imperative that we understand where we came from to then understand where we are and where we must go. And so when I look at this room of leaders, we have here the ancestors who have taken the mantle that is part of your DNA, literally, to continue in a role of leadership in our country, to continue to be a conscience, not only of our country as we talk about the CBC and its work, but a conscience in terms of the folks who are here representing these extraordinary American heroes. Represent individuals who really believed, thank you, who really believed in the promise of America, had a level of faith and sincere belief in the words written in the Constitution of the United States of America, the words that were inscribed in the Declaration of Independence, foundational principles, founding documents, and then fought to make those words real. That's who we honor among the descendants who are here, and in our collective roles of current leadership, I think we all know that we owe them a great sense in terms of duty and responsibility and obligation to continue to carry on their legacy through our deeds and our words and our actions. I say many times, especially to young folks that I mentor, we can think of history as being a relay race. And, of course, there are then those who carried the baton before us, and then they passed the baton to us. And we who are in this room right now currently hold the baton. And I do believe that the ancestors, that the founders, and we are talking about the founding mothers and fathers of our country, by the way, I do believe that they didn't necessarily think that we would end the race, but charged us with a responsibility to do as much and as best as we could while we carry the baton for our part of the race. And so I'm very honored to welcome the families who are here. I know we have a lot of journalists here, and in particular the black press. I think of Ida B. Wells, and I often quote what she talked about in terms of telling the truth and the importance of living with her legacy and ensuring that the community will always have its voice and that voice will be supported with resources and with respect. I think, of course, about the great Frederick Douglass and all that meant in terms of him having an extraordinary ability to articulate the truths. And often when one articulates the truth, one has to also point out the hypocrisies with hopefully a way that is about motivating us to reconcile and do better. And those are just a few of the families who are Emmett Till's family, the work that we did together and finally getting with the CBC an anti-lynching bill. There is so much. So just a few points to mention about all that is still evolving and the connections between the families that are represented here and the work we have yet to do. So I just wanted to quickly come by to say thank you to everyone. And let's keep this history alive, especially in the face of those who would attempt to edit it out or rewrite it according to their view of what the world is or should be. Let's continue to celebrate our heroes, but do it in a way that is true to them, which means speak truth about all that we are and all that we can be. So with that, I thank you all. Thank you very much.